In my family, success had a very specific shape. Corporate job by 25, marriage by 30, mortgage before kids. My older cousins followed the blueprint perfectly, and every holiday turned into a quiet comparison I never volunteered for. I didn't hate school, but I hated pretending. I switched majors twice, dropped out once, and spent my early 20s working odd jobs that didn't sound impressive when repeated out loud. That was enough for my relatives to decide my story for me. At dinners, they'd smile politely and ask, "So, what are you doing now?" Not curious, measuring. When I talked about freelance work, they'd nod like you do when a kid explains a fantasy. My aunt once laughed and said, "Some people just aren't built for stability." I stopped defending myself. Silence was cheaper than arguments. Behind the scenes, though, I was building something small but real. I learned skills late at night, failed quietly, tried again. No announcements, no family updates, just progress that didn't need approval. 3 years later, I moved cities without telling anyone. New apartment, new routine, new name on my own terms. I started making money doing what they'd mocked, not flashy money, but steady, honest income that felt like mine. That's when the messages started. First from a cousin who used to pity me. "Hey, I saw you're doing freelance now. How'd you get clients?" Then another. "Thinking of leaving my job, your lifestyle looks peaceful." At the next family gathering, the same people who called me lost were suddenly curious. They asked about my schedule, my freedom, my city. One cousin had quit her corporate job. Another had moved into a smaller place to simplify. They didn't say it out loud, but I could hear it. They weren't laughing anymore. They were copying. The real moment came when my aunt pulled me aside and said, "I guess you figured things out before the rest of us." I smiled, not because I won, but because I survived long enough to be understood. They once needed me to fail so their choices felt safe. Now they were following the life they warned me against. And the best part? I didn't need their apology, because the life they were chasing, I'd already built it.